Your knowledge of artificial intelligence, machine, whatever you are doing is not enough. That is the most important thing, because other candidates will also have the same knowledge that you are learning. So you will have to do something with your confidence. So we will, I'm going to help you do that. I'm here with you for one day up till 4 o'clock. So let's put everything in. Okay? Are you ready?
Sir.
We're going to start. I'm going to ask each one of you to count 1, 2, 1, 2. Just count.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, all ones. Raise your hands, please. People have counted 1. Come to this side of the room. Thank you. Come. All ones, please. Come to this side. Thank you. Come to this side. All twos, take your seat that side. Find your chair, take your seat that side. All ones, you can now settle down. Yeah, make your book. Thank you. Let's start the session. To start the session, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a true story. Something that I heard about 7 or 8 years ago in a place called Aurangabad. Have you heard of Aurangabad? I think it's in the west. The story comes from an engineering college in Aurangabad, where I went to do a training program for Wipro. I was a consultant for Wipro. And there was a training program where we were training your faculty, not student faculty, on how to teach. Not engineering, but class management, student management. So I was there for 4 days with the Wipro team, training the faculty. There I met one faculty member, a lady, and this is her story, which I am going to tell you. Her story is that her father was a farmer, mother was a housewife, like I think most of you are in the same kind of situation. And she joined this engineering college in Aurangabad. I think she was doing civil engineering, as far as I can remember. Her father was very poor. They came from a poor family. They sacrificed everything for this girl, for her education. They lived with a lot of hardship. Sometimes there was no food on the table, there was no ration in the kitchen. But they sacrificed all that for her education. She did very well, she worked hard, and after her graduation, she did very well, and she got a job with a multinational. They came on the campus and she got it. But the job was in Pune, not Aurangabad. So when she told her parents, well, I got the job, but I have to go to Pune. The parents said, you have to go to Pune, you have never been out of Aurangabad, and how will we manage if you go to Pune? So the daughter told her parents that for 4 years, you people have sacrificed so much for me. 4 years. What is this? I'm just going to Pune. And Pune is not a different country. It's only about 6 hours away. And I will try to come home every weekend. So anyhow, she went off to Pune. And every month she used to send some money to her parents from her salary. So this went on every year. You know, there is something called annual leave. 30 days leave after you work. She used to come to Aurangabad. She used to bring money, and she used to buy rations, and she used to buy things. And this is how it went on. After 10 years, by that time she was posted to Belgaum. You know Belgaum? It's also in Maharashtra. She went off to Belgaum on a senior post. And one day, this is almost 10 or 12 years after she got that job, she came to Pune. It was 3 days, she came to Aurangabad to her parents. It was 3 days before her father's birthday. I think 78th birthday, 75th birthday. So she came to Aurangabad, she came home, and she said, for your birthday, she told her father and her mother, I'm taking you to Belgaum for a little holiday, for a little trip. So this is Belgaum, but we don't know anybody in Belgaum. Where we needed, she said, you will stay with me. I've got a plan. So she went, she took her parents to Belgaum. And they moved into her flat, settled down over there. On the day of the father's birthday, she said, I want to show you something. She was on the 4th floor. They went down to the 3rd floor, went outside an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, which was closed, and the daughter gave the father keys and said, happy birthday, this is your birthday present. It was an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. She opened the door, it was furnished, simply furnished, but furnished. She said, this is for you. You don't have to go back to the village near Aurangabad. You will stay here with me, and this is where your life will be. And the little house we have, we can sell it, and you can put the money in the fixed deposit. So the father said, you know, this is wonderful, this is like magic. But how did you get the money to buy this apartment? 12 years of service cannot give you so much money. So she said, no, I have not bought it. I have bought it, but the money was given by the company. It is called housing loan. All companies, good companies, they give a housing loan, they give a car loan, they give a furniture loan. If you work with them for 7, 8 or 10 years. This is the story. Now, when I went to Aurangabad, by that time, you know, this was, I think, 15 years later. She worked for 15 years with the company, then left the company and decided to teach. So she went back to her old university and became a teacher. And I think by the time I got there, she was a senior lecturer. This is her story. Now, when I was doing this program with the faculty of the Aurangabad Engineering College, one of the sessions was presentations. They had to come and make a presentation, like you will be doing, how to teach, how to talk. And the topic was, describe an interesting incident in your life. And this lady described this incident on how she bought an apartment for her father on his 70th or 75th birthday. And I remember when she was telling the story, all the other faculty members were absolutely quiet and they were listening to the story with great seriousness. And when she finished the story, her name was Rama, and I remember her name was Rama. Rama Katlani, still remember that. So I said, Rama, is this true? She said, yes sir, it is true. Then I looked at the other faculty members and they were all nodding there. He said, this is the story of a person who comes from a humble background, goes into a college, works hard for 4 years, gets a job, does well in her job. See, getting a job is only one step. You still have to do well in it. Getting admission into college is only one step. Second step is you have to perform. There are many stories like this. Like the one which I have seen in my almost 40 years of training in corporate. I thought I would start by telling you this story. The question is, would you not like you, 10 years later or 12 years later, to hand the keys of an apartment or a car to your parents? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
There's another story which is about a similar situation of a boy who got into an engineering college, did very well, worked very hard, got a job, did well in the job, and when he went back to the village, he found his sister was getting married, they had organized their marriage, and the mother was going to pawn the jewelry. You know what is pawning jewelry? To raise cash for the wedding. And the boy said, you don't have to do it. Calculate. He said, where will you waste a lot of money? She said, I'll take the loan from the company. Personally. Company will, and companies charge very little interest. Because it is a help that they give to the employees. It is not business, not like bank business. So he Finance is systematic. Don't you want to do that? I think you want to, and the question is, do you think you can do that? The answer is yes, you can, if you want. But you go to start? No. You know, one of the things about any development, skills development, it is a long-term process, it is not a short-term process. You put in the effort today, and you're all in first year. By the time you finish fourth year, if you put in the effort, your confidence, your communication will go up 20 times. But it's going to happen. And that is what we are going to do. Are you ready for this? Yes. Okay. That is the first thing I wanted to say, the two stories. The second thing before we start the program. I don't want you to have any fear. What is the Telugu word for fear? Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay. I don't want you to worry about making a mistake. Make that. Nothing wrong with making a mistake. Nothing wrong with a mistake if I can learn from the mistake. So, I think mistake is a very good thing, if I can learn. Mistake must not be punished. It must be developed. Yes, crime, bad behavior, punished. Agreed. But not mistake. So whatever we do in the next 4 or 5 hours we are together, no worry about mistakes. Have no fear, make them. Because when you make a mistake, it gives us a platform to correct it. And that correction is part of your development. So no fear and no worry about mistake. You have to come up over here, because you know, when you go out into the world of corporate, world of organization, it's a different world. It is a competitive world. What is competitive? There's competition. Yeah. And organizations, when you go there, when they interview you, there are 3 kinds of questions that will come. One is domain question. What is domain? Domain is your specialization. You know the meaning of specialization? Let me put that over here. I'm going to put it here. Domain. It's very important for you to understand that. What is your specialization, sir? What course are you doing? In the college, what are you studying? Yeah, exactly. So I'm just putting AI, okay? What about you? Same? Machine learning. Okay, can I just put machine over here? Machine. This is all part of domain. Anybody else? What are you doing? Data science. Okay, I'm just putting DS for short. Data science. This is from the what are you doing, madam? Anybody doing something else? Cyber? Security. Okay, can I put CP? Cyber? Correct? CP? I'll put some more, which I know you are not doing. Mechanical engineering. This is a domain. Electrical engineering. This is a domain. Finance. Finance is a domain. Software development is a domain. Domain means specialization. Can I do all this? No. No, I don't know it because it's specialization. Now look at this other side of the column. So I'm going to put one more column over here, which is called MGMT, is for management. Okay. So I know this. I have my skill in all this. So what is over here? These are called additional skills. What can I put here? Any idea? Loudly?
Communication.
Very nice, very nice. Communication is not a domain. Communication is important for everybody, including your security guard, right or wrong. Okay, what else can I put? Thank you for that. What else can I put?
Problem solving.
Problem solving, very, very nice. I'm going to put that over here. Problem solving. What else?
Logical thinking.
One by one, madam?
Logical thinking.
Vertical thinking.
Logical
thinking. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put analytical thinking, and you're right, it's part of it, we'll come to that later. analytical thinking, logical thinking, lateral thinking, all comes under analytical thinking. Thank you very much. What is that?
Skill development.
Okay, development. I'm just putting development, skill or knowledge, whatever. Yes. Development. What else can I put? Communication, problem solving, thinking.
Time management.
Huh?
Time management. Time.
Time
Time management.
Time management. All right. Good. Time management. I'm going to put one more over here. It's called people management. It is called interpersonal skills. People management. This is one very important one.
Body language.
Body language, yeah, you're right. I'm going to put body language under confidence. Okay? Confidence. Body language, eye contact, how you walk, how you talk to people, how. And I'm going to give every example from an interview. You know, people, organizations, they want confident people. They don't want people with their head down like this. You're so. They want people who can look at the interviewer and say, I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have the answer to that question. Seetha bolna hai, sir. Now, and that is the second type of question that will come. One is domain, second is, if I put pressure on the candidate, can the candidate handle the pressure? Or is he going to go? So, they will ask you a question, they know you don't have the answer. They don't expect the answer. They are looking at your body language. So they'll ask you a question. Tell me, you are in artificial intelligence? Yes. Tell me, what has been the growth in the world in artificial intelligence application across all countries? And nobody uses this. So what will you do? Either you scratch your head and say, sir, I'm so sorry. No, what you have to do is say, I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have the answer. They put more pressure. They say, you don't have the answer? You're doing artificial intelligence and you don't have the answer? You don't go down. You look up and say, I'm really sorry, sir. Honest answer. They say, don't you think you should have the answer? When I go back after the interview, I will. Now, when you go out of the interview room, you may think I've done a bad job. But you know what the interviewer is thinking? This guy's got. So if you do well over here, this is the most important thing. I'm not saying it is not. If you do very well here, remember 20 other people also know this. But if you can score over here, and I'm putting this down under confidence, yes, I agree. But before I go forward, one other very important thing which should actually come top of the board, which we have not. Any idea what we're talking about? Okay, because we don't have very much time, maybe only till 4 o'clock, I cannot continue the discussion. I am going to put it right on the top. It is called planning. Planning. Whether in your professional life or personal life, without planning, you can't do it. So look at these two books. This is what you are studying. This is your domain, which is good. But when you join the organization, when you have to talk to a customer, when you have to make a presentation, when you have to talk to your leadership, when you have to talk to your team, when you have to solve a problem which doesn't come from you, you're going to have to use these. I'm going to play a small game with you. Are you ready for a game? Yes. Who wants to play with me? Anyone? Come. Bring the chair. What's your name?
My name is Shahin.
Chair. Come with me. Okay, I want you all to listen to this. Please. I want you all to listen to this. And after that, I want your observation on how he handled the situation. Okay? Okay, Shahin. I'm part of your team, you're my team leader. Okay, we're a technical company. I'm part of the team, there's 6 people in the team, you're the team leader. Now tomorrow, or day after, let us say, a client is coming to Tamil. You know what client? The customer. It's a very big customer. The billing is $1 million. Customer billing, very big customer. So he's coming here with a team of people for a meeting, conference, and they'll be here for 2 weeks. We have to make a presentation. You know, business presentation. So you want to lead, you make a main presentation, and I will make a presentation, or I'm an SME. You know what is SME? Subject matter expert. Subject matter expert in this area. I will be making a 15-minute presentation, and my presentation is very important. So this is the situation. We practiced it. The presentation is ready. It is going to take place. Let us say tomorrow, not the after tomorrow. Okay, this is the scenario. Now we play the game. Are you ready? I come into your office and I say, Jain, I've got a problem. So you will talk to me. I've got a problem.
Can you please explain what is the problem?
Yeah, can you explain what the problem? Jain, my mother is very unwell. She is in the ICU. Her heart rate has gone down to I think 35. She may be put on the ventilator. I have to go home. And I may not be able to come tomorrow for the presentation.
Do you know the situation, what's happening? Is there
Can you hear me? She said, but you know the situation of what is happening here. Yes, sir. Yes, I know.
It's a decline, so we cannot avoid things like that.
I understand that. Yes, sir, but my mother is on her death.
We'll take care of by sending some people and we'll arrange the money and everything for her.
Okay.
So please don't worry about it.
Okay, so I can't go. I can't. Okay, this is the response. I want some reactions from you all. What do you think? What do you think? ठीक है कि ठीक नहीं? Not okay. What would you do?
Mother is more like.
You know, this is not an easy case. It's a difficult case. I think what is really what I want to come.
Any chance we can postpone the meeting?
Sorry?
Any chance we can postpone the meeting?
But they are coming from Chicago, sir, from America, and they are coming to one moment. They are coming from America, so they must have already come. They are coming here tomorrow. Should we tell the customer go back? $1 million customer? Yes. Now, please, I want you to talk loud.
You go to your mom. I handle this kind of situation. Team leader.
So, what should we do?
I take the meetings.
You see, he should take the meeting. He should let me go and he should take the meeting. But he does not have the expertise. He does not have the domain. That's the problem. Specialization. It is like a pilot who says, my mother is ill. I have to parachute out. Who will fly the plane? Will you let the pilot parachute out of the aircraft? Because his mother is ill? What will you do? Well, thank you very much. I like your thinking. That's good thinking. But he is not an expert. So the choice here is between customers. Thank you for coming in. And thank you for your conversation. This is a tough one, it's not easy. But it happens. It happens. And you will be facing it when you become a team leader. The point I am making is to solve this problem. Should I let him go to the hospital or should I stop him from going because the client needs his presentation? To solve this problem, can you solve it through these skills?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You cannot solve it from these skills. You have to solve it from people management and planning. Which means, planning means that I must be aware that such things will happen. Contingency plan. So I create a situation where there is somebody else I can rely upon if something like this happens. That is a function of. Okay, so the point that I am trying to make to you is that when you join the organization, when you are interviewed, your main questions will be here, but there are two other kinds of questions. One will be over here, and one will be the pressure question. If you can't answer, they want to look at your body. Okay, so these are not domain skills, these are general skills which everyone must have. And the purpose of this program is to help you develop these. So what are we looking at today? We are not looking at problem solving. we are not looking at analysis, development, time management way. We are actually looking at, and I'm going to put it over here in this from up to 4 o'clock, communication, confidence, creativity or innovation. This is what we are looking at today. And teamwork. This is what we are doing. It has nothing to do with. This is a different issue. Are you clear on this? Okay. So the question is, why is this program TTL? You know TTL? What is TTL? Teach to learn. Why teach to learn? And how will this help in the teach to learn? That is the next thing we are going to do. Are you ready?
Yes,
Can we continue?
Yes, sir.
You have no to sleep yet?
No,
sir. I know good. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you to come up over here and don't be scared to talk. Tell us what do you understand by TTL, teach to learn, why are you doing it, and what is it for? Come on, somebody come on. Share your insight. Tell everybody. And I want to talk with total confidence, no fear. Imagine this is a, if you manage meeting, they won't see a confidence. Don't worry about mistakes.
Hello everyone.
And love it. Voice connection.
Hello everyone, good morning. As you all know, my name is Shanisha, and today our topic is to explain what to teach to learn. Teach to learn means we should learn something while we are teaching to others. I mean, if my friend is suffering from any problem, then I will teach him. He will understand, and the second thing which we gain is we will gain confidence that I have solved a problem and I have explained it to my friend and he has scored something in this. So while teaching, we are also learning. But it means we both are satisfied with the work. And teach to learn helps us with many things like building our own character, means confidence, that how I explain, how I pass that problem solving, so that my friend will understand and I will learn something. That is what teach to learn.
Thank you very much. And you're welcome. Give my hands. Welcome. I want somebody else to come. Somebody to here. Come and talk. What do you understand by TTL and why are we doing it? I want you to talk loud. Don't be scared. Loud, full confidence. No fear.
Good morning, everyone.
Make mistake. Don't look at it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sai Krishna. What is means teach to learn is we learn something from that. If we learn something, but our friend does not know about something, we know something, but we have to teach to her, teach to him. He will learn and he will help to others to reach that thing to make everyone good at that.
Thank you very much. One more. Somebody from that side, please. One more. Come. Yeah, come, please. I want you to enjoy it. It is very important to enjoy what you do. If what you do is filled with fear, you're finished. You have to enjoy it. Yeah. Tell us, what is TTL?
Good morning guys, I am Mesh. Today what we have to say, teach to learn. What is teach? Teach means we have to listen the situation to teacher was saying to the some things. We have to improve the knowledge and we have to skills and we have to go to the confidence levels and teach to learn. We have to say the one thing that students were listening where they have to teach anything. This situation by something we have to, for example, we have to go to the doctor, consult the doctor. We have to say the situation, what we have to happen. So the teach to learn to important our life. Whether we are going to the BTech or engineering college, we have to select an interview. We have to go and approach the interview by the HR rounds and technical rounds. We are asking that we have to see the confidence with how to teach, how to analyze the situation with other person.
Very good. Thank you.
Power to
Shut the doors and get cooler faster. Thank you very much. I'm going to put up on the board and I'm going to now tell you what teach to learn is, and you're absolutely right. What you said, Shanika, what you said, what's your name, sir?
Mahesh sir.
Mahesh, you're absolutely correct, you're on the right lines, but I'm going to elaborate on that. Then you will, 4 of you, today will actually teach you, take a 1 hour class. And we'll come to that later. And that is how we will end the program. For each batch we are taking 4. Before I get into this, let's look at what are the qualities a teacher should have. You know, there are all kinds of teachers. How many of you understand Hindi? You are talking. You know, there is a word in Hindi called Pathak. Pathak means teacher. Then there is a word called Adhyapak. That also means teacher. Then there is a word Shikshak. Shikshak, those words. Then there is a word called Guru. So what is the difference between a Pathak and a Guru? You see that this guy is a very good teacher. This person is a Guru. So what's the difference between a teacher and a Guru? A teacher deals only with the subject. A Guru deals with the person. Not only with the subject, but with the person. So in any college, one is completing the syllabus and the other is developing the students. They are not the same things. Right? They are different things. So we are now looking at this whole thing like a guru, because the guru has to have additional skills other than the skills you teach what goes on this kind of thing. The guru cannot only say, I finished my syllabus, so calm down. What about the student? Have you developed the person? I need to develop him also. So what are the qualities that guru must have, or that great teacher must have, and you have to apply those properties. Number one, I think you, apart from the subject knowledge. Subject knowledge is normal. So I think I am putting that down. The teacher must have subject knowledge. Very important. And we will look at your subject knowledge today also when you come out and teach. What else? The teacher must have great, what are these skills?
Communication.
Communication. In which language?
English.
English, that is the problem. If it was Telugu, no problem, or Hindi, no problem, or if it was Bengali, no problem. But the business language is English. So English is like your skills development. You have to do it. Because your interview will be in which language?
English.
Group discussion in which language?
English.
That's the problem. That's the challenge. Your client calls on the telephone. Conference call will be in which language?
English.
That's the problem. So we need to build our subject knowledge. We need to build our communication. We need to build our confidence. Thank you very much. We need to build our analytical thinking. One lady said about thinking. I think we talk about
Logical thinking.
logical thinking, logical creative thinking. Then we will do that now. Analytical thinking, and we also need to be
Creativity.
creative. Why do we need to be creative in class? Because your 60-minute class, you are teaching 120 students. Can you keep their attention for 60 minutes? Impossible. Especially the back benches. You know what research says? Research says that the average attention of a person is 5 minutes. After that it starts to go down unless the speaker has got energy. That is, if the speaker has got energy and you are saying interesting things, then that attention span can be. But if you are going to be a boring teacher, talk like this, and you are going to say, students open your book at page 540 and now take down notes, you already got to see. Because there is no energy in my voice and thus nothing interesting. So the teacher has to find in a class methodologies that are innovative. Lecture is not the only thing, we have to do other things to engage the students. So how many of you attended the course that we did, I think last month, on Cambridge? In the seminar hall? You were there? Anybody else? You were also there? We talked about different methodologies, group discussion, role play, remember? Demonstration, exactly. That is what creativity is in a classroom, in a 60-minute class. What else can I do other than that? That is creativity. As far as confidence is concerned, I want to tell you a little bit about confidence. I think it's important because all of us come from middle class families. I also come from a middle class family. You all come from the provinces. You don't come from Delhi, Bombay, New York. You come from, like even I come from Bengal. Now, you know the problem with Indians, and this has been researched, why we lack confidence compared to the foreigners. There are two reasons for this. One is that India has been ruled for 1,000 years. This is an invaded country. We've been ruled, no? First by the Persians, the Turks, the Mughals, the Afghans, then the British. British ruled us. Only in 1947 we got our freedom from the 9th century. So we always been ruled, and therefore genetically our head is a little downwards. Especially when it comes from the foreigners, because the British ruled us. Yes, sir, yes, sir. The second reason is unfortunately in middle class homes, our parents make us obedient. You must listen to the parents, you must listen to the elder brother, you must listen to your grandparents, you must listen to your uncles, you must listen to your teacher, you must listen to God. So everybody you must only listen, you must not talk. So if an elder tells you to sit down, you sit down. If they say stand up, you stand up. If they say go that way, you go that way. If an elder tells you go into your room, you go. So what happens to us? We become obedient people. We lose the initiative to do something without being told to do something. We become followers. This is it. India is a very hierarchical society. You know what is hierarchy? Senior junior. Everybody at home who's an elder is a senior. And you do exactly what you tell them. They don't allow you to. Now, in a different kind of society, let's say if I was talking to Shah, and let's say he's my son. He's my son, they will probably younger than my son. My son is 40 years old. So if I go there, Shah, which is your favorite color? Black. Black. Now if I tell Shah, and I'm talking like his father, you will prefer red. Exactly. Now this is what must happen. He must turn around and say, I'm sorry Dad, I'm sorry Father, I respect you, but I have to. Otherwise what will happen? Yes sir. This is the problem, and this is why our confidence goes down. So when from that environment of home and school, where we are obedient, we have to follow instructions, we suddenly come in Amazon or Google or Reliance or ITC, these organizations where you meet people with guts. The problem starts with a group discussion. Aggressive people from Bombay and Delhi are talking in a because nobody told me at home that you must talk, you must disagree if you disagree. You must have your own opinion. Nobody told us. And so after so many years of being obedient, suddenly we come to back. Now I am saying to you, as far as both communication, I'll come to this in one moment, confidence is concerned, you have to start changing right now. You walk with your head. You go and talk to people. You don't wait for people to come and talk to you. You go up to them and say, hello, I'd like to meet you. My name is so and so. What's your name? Where are you from? Which course are you doing? Where's the problem? You suddenly get confidence, especially the ladies. Because in India, the confidence of the ladies is even worse because of the way they have been treated over the last 1,000 years. But you have to tell yourself one thing. You forget about your gender politics. You say, I'm a professional, technical student. I'm doing artificial intelligence or machine learning. And when you join an organization, you tell yourself, I'm an executive, I'm a manager. So you want to talk to me, you talk to me on equal terms. You have to tell that to yourself. And this must happen in the way you walk, the way you talk. Today's session, I want you to get up and I want you to disagree with me. If you disagree, I want you to express that. I want you to say, Mr. Pradeep said, I'm sorry sir, but I don't agree. I want to hear that. You must not agree with everything I say just because I'm saying it. You've got to get out of that provincial, local mind. Forget about Kakinada, forget about Andhra Pradesh. Now you're thinking in terms of India, thinking in terms of the world. This is what confidence is, and I'll be giving you some suggestions on how to do it. Now we come to communication. What's the problem with communication? Let me tell you. Let me ask you this question, sir. What's your name? Okay. Please. What do you speak at home? What do you speak with your friends? What do you speak in college when you go to the canteen with your friends? So, am I right in saying that 95% of your life is therapy? Maybe a little more, 98% of your life is therapy. So, in your system, which is like a godown, you know what a godown is, a store. In your system, there is only therapy. How will English come out? It's not easy, no? It is like if I have apples in my storeroom, can I supply orange? No. To supply orange, I have to take in orange. Only then I have to supply. So what we have to do is we have to build a relationship with the English language, starting from now. How do we do that? By reading in English, watching TV in English, talking in English. And if you can do that, and some of the things we will talk about today, over the next 4 years, then by the time you come into the corporate situation, your confidence will go up 3 times. But you have to start right. Right. There is no more. Are you clear on this? So we are going to take a look at this, and I'm going to give you some ideas of how to do this. Very simple ideas. You can start tomorrow. We're going to take a look at this when you take the class. We're going to take a look at this. How can I make my class innovative? That is what you will do, and I'm here to help you to do it. You will come up with and speak 4 of you. We'll choose the 4 of you. Every time we come, we will do 4 from each batch. We did 4 yesterday. From I think it was the women's college. We did 4 girls from yesterday. The videos are available. I'll ask you to show you.